Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the Global Racing Network. We are here once again for round number 4 of the Top Speed Racing League here on the Global Racing Network. Just got the usual one-shot qualifying and 25% race to kick things off as we wait for the cars just to load in, and the one-shot qualifying will be underway here at a very overcast Zandvoort. Is probably the right description. It's not sunny, but it's cloudy at the same time, so won this one as we just wait for the final countdown to get underway. And the cars exit the final corner and onto the front straight, and we are underway for qualifying. We've got a few debutants tonight in the field. Main ones, Iron Boldin and Kutas joining us from the European Racing League, who we are currently competing against in the play. Guys, and good luck. Hopefully you enjoy your evening. And that is an absolute disaster for O'Sullivan Ryan in this in this first qualifying. He is out already. So our third place runner in the championship is out in qualifying, so he's going to have it all to do from the back of the grid as they make their way down the back straight. It looks like it's going to be between Maestro, Donkey Max and Kuchads here. Iron Boldin is getting in there as well. And Jeff Schumacher is out of the session. He's had a crash in qualifying, so that is his day done for the time being. Across the line, Maestro takes pole, Donkey Max second. Iron Boldin nicks ahead of his European Racing League companion, Kuchags, who's down in P4. Deadly Mosquito, good qualifying for him. He's up into P5. EFF is P6. Just Momant is down in P7. Kylo is the next one along in P8. Sorry, AS is P8, sorry, Kylo is P9. Collins a bit further down than he would. He's down in P10. Tom, slowest of them all, P11, 126.0. Not a great qualifying for him. 12 for Jeff Schumacher after obviously crashing out, and O'Sullivan Ryan is at the back. I mean, that is actually insanely close between Maestro and Donkey Max. 0.04 of a second separating the two of them. That was closer than I thought it was. Iron Boldin's not far off. I mean, the top three are separated less than 1.5 tenths there. So that is really, really close between the three of them, which is going to make for a very interesting race. So wait for the cars to load in. Obviously a 25% race that converts, should I say, to 18 laps around here at Zandvoort as we wait for the cars just to sort out the setups, load in, and we'll be good to go for round number 4 of the Top Speed Racing League as the countdown is underway. For the start of the race, we're going to wait until the countdown finishes and we'll be good to go onto the formation lap. Wait for the final cars to load in. Everyone's loaded in. And we're actually going to go to 5 red lights all of a sudden, and it's lights out and away we go. Good getaway from Maestro, but Donkey Max has to pull alongside. Doesn't forget to do it. Kuchaker's dived down the inside into the race lead already. Iron Boldin is down in P3. Donkey Max is P4. P5 is EFF Deadly Mosquito. P6 Just Momant is P7. Collins down in P8 as they make their way up to the top section of the racetrack for the first time. And Maestro has already pulled a pretty good gap to the rest of the field. Bowling's down the order. That is Colin spinning around at the back. So he is down the order. I don't think the settings have synced. I'm going to red flag the race because the settings have not. So we're going to go again and reset. I'm just going to have to go into the main lobby and reset. I apologise about this, guys. Anyone can hear me, guys? We've got a red flag. Please quit the game if you can, please. Please quit. Please retire your car. We're going to go for a restart. So it's a complete red flag situation. Please quit the game. Please retire your car, please, guys. The red flag's out. Please. Everyone, please retire your cars. I'm going to make a new lobby. Please retire the cars. Everyone, please retire. Who is still out there, please retire. Please retire. We're going for a lobby reset. Right, guys, we'll just bear with us 1 minute and we'll be back for the restart. Welcome back, guys, to the Top Speed Racing League on the Global Racing Network. Apologies about that. We should be good to go on this occasion. I've reset the grid, so it's the same grid from qualifying, and we've had a few late arrivals join us as well who didn't quite get in quick enough. So we've now got a 16 car grid, which is always good to see. It's the same grid as qualifying. Obviously the red flag came out. It is a complete reset of the grid, and we are now good to go here for the start of round 4 of the Top Speed Racing League, the official start anyway of round 4 from the previous race. So should be okay to go now as we wait for the final car of 80 to load in, and we will get a formation lap this time, which we didn't get last time, as we see Maestro pull off the grid onto the formation lap here. So it's Maestro on pole, Donkey Max is alongside him. Is P4, Deadly Mosquito P5, EFF's P6, Just Moment is P7, AS P8, Kylo P9, Colin P10, Tom P11, Jeff P12, O'Sullivan Ryan obviously crashing out P13, NZ Pro, late arrival to the party, he is P14, Utansic's P15, and AD's at the back in P16. Obviously NZ Pro, Utansic and AD arriving late. We should be good to go for round 4. The settings have everyone in. We shouldn't get any Codemasters glitches once again where settings don't occasion. As Maestro makes his way round. As they make their way to the grid for the actual start of this GRL Dutch Grand Prix. Maestro's on pole, Donkey Max is alongside him, who's going to get the better getaway as they make their way down towards turn 1 as the final car's just slotting into position, and then we'll be ready to go here at Zandvoort as the final car of NZ Pro just making his way into position. We're about to get going. Round number 4 of the Top Speed Racing League here on the Global Racing Network. Who is going to get the better getaway? We're about to find out as we go to 5 red lights here in Zandvoort. Long 5 red lights, it's out and away we go. Good getaway from Maestro. Donkey Max looked like he may have bogged down a little bit. There's a bit of carnage at the back. Contact between Jeff Schumacher and I think that's Utancic out of the race already. That was a very big accident at the start. Virtual safety car straight away. I'm not quite sure what happened there, and it's been upgraded to a full safety car, so that is not a surprise. Jeff Schumacher involved in that one. NZ Pro going slowly. I think everyone's got positions to give back to each other after that incident. O'Sullivan Ryan stopped on track. Few damaged front wings from that. I think that one, Tom is also out of the race, so he was involved in there as well. I think that's going to be one for the stewards room later on tonight. It definitely looked a bit of a messy start, to say the least. O'Sullivan Ryan is also out of the race. to make their way. Is anybody going to be taking the gamble and boxing straight away? A couple of them are. Donkey Max, EFF, they know what they're doing. They're going to go onto the hard tyre, you would think, and try and get to the end of the race. They might even try the chances on the mediums, and that is exactly what they're doing. They exit the pit lane. There's a couple of guys, Donkey Max and EFF are inside of each other currently, not wanting to give a breath of room. EFF is ahead. Just Moman, Deadly Mosquito, Kylo, Jeff Schumacher ends up pros into the pits, so again they will be trying to go to the end of the race if they can. As they've all opted for the medium tyre, which is very interesting indeed. As they are sat behind the safety car currently, obviously Iron Balding moving up a position. Donkey Max obviously pitting, so he's down the order after starting on the front row. He's down in P7. We've got 13 cars left in the race. As we're going to be sat behind this safety car for a little bit, so guys, stay tuned and we'll be back shortly for the restart. Welcome back, guys, to the Global Racing Network. Hit ready for the restart of the Top Speed Racing League. As Maestro is backing up the field as much as he can just to try and get a launch, and he's gone very early to say the least. He might run into the back of the safety car. He had gone, and that might be investigated because he just brake checked Iron Baldwin on the restart. He's got a penalty for it. Well, that will not be removed. He's got that to contend with the rest of the race. Iron Baldwin second. Kushads was defending Colin into turn one, and this is AS down the inside of AD. The side by side. AD's actually snuck his way through. He's done very well there on the restart. Donkey Max not gained anything out of that. Little scrap, but that's another incident at the front that will be investigated after the race for sure, as they make their way through the middle sector. And who's that off the road? I think that's Baldwin off the road. That is a huge accident on the exit of the top hat, as I like to call it. And Baldwin is out of the race. That did not look like a very nice accident. And his day is done, to say the least. So Maestro has got that penalty to contend with. He's got to pull the gap to Kushads. I think as the penalty's already been served, there won't be one added by the stewards after the race, but we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, AS is doing all the defending against these boys on fresher tyres. EFF to the outside. This is going to be tight into Tarzan, the first corner. Who's that down the inside? That is just Moman flying through on the inside, and he's got the move done. He's overtaken 2 cars in the space of 1 corner there, as EFF and AHES banging wheels a little bit. Donkey Max is in there as well. This is great racing between a lot of them. Jeff Schumacher, Deadly Mosquito also trying to get involved in there. It's a great little battle in the midfield. As they make their way round. That's Donkey Max down the inside of Jeff Schumacher. We've got a yellow in sector 1, and that is 80 off the road, and that has brought out the virtual safety car. So 80's had a crash, there's debris in the way. Everyone's going to slow down and back each other up. Not insanely tight, but they just need to get a marshal out there just to clear that debris away. As soon as it's clear, we'll be green once again. And Maestro is taking the advantage of it. Kushags is also in. Collins also in. Who's changing his tyres is AHES, who is the only one who hasn't stopped yet. He's decided to stay out. That's a very interesting call. And it's worked for him a little bit. He's up into P3, but just Moman takes the race lead, and he will be going to the end on them tyres. He's on medium tyres there. So he will be going to the end. EFF second, AS still to pit third. Jeff Schumacher coming back through the order, P4. Maestro's P5. As we go green once again, and Jeff Schumacher's already looking to try and attack AS, who's in a very vulnerable position on them soft compounder tyres. The medium tyre is definitely the better race tyre, as Jeff Schumacher's got DRS on AHES here. Jeff Schumacher goes to the inside. AHES goes very defensive and goes deep into the gravel, and he's going to have to rejoin as safe as he can, but he's going to lose a handful of positions. Jeff Schumacher, Maestro and Donkey Max all get past. Kushads has also got past as well. So it's all to play for. Meanwhile, Maestro will try and make the move on Jeff Schumacher. Jeff Schumacher goes a little bit defensive into turn 1 on the inside. Gets the move done. Does Maestro up back into the podium places. Meanwhile, EFF and Just Moman are pulling away at the front while these battling's going on behind them. I don't think Jeff will give this up very easily against Maestro. Our championship leader Donkey Max is just behind. He might not score very good points today either. Who's that off at turn 1? It looks like Kylo to me, and it was indeed. So he's going to be back on his way again. Jeff Schumacher just slipping out of the clutches of Maestro here. We will get DRS to defend from Donkey Max, but Donkey Max is going to have to defend from Kushads a bit at the same time. Maestro's trying to close the gap to EFF. Just Moman at the front in clean air is running away. 2.1 seconds, 2.4 seconds now is the gap between him and EFF. That's actually just increased to 2.5 seconds as Maestro goes for the move. He's going to try and do the long way round into Tarzan. Is EFF going to be late on the brakes? A little bit, but couldn't quite get it done. Jeff Schumacher will be next to try and dispatch of EFF if he can. Oh, he goes a little bit deep into the hairpin. We'll try and draft him up the hill. Maestro is going to try and run away at the front and get after Just Moman if he can. Lap 8 out of 18. Maestro is on. 4 lap fresher tyres. It look like there may have been a little bit of contact there between EFF and Jeff Schumacher. I think they've got away with it though. A little bit of wheel banging again, but here comes Donkey Max. They're going to be 3 wide into the corner. Just about miss each other. This is going to bring Kushads into play. This is great racing between these boys, and somehow they're keeping it clean. I don't really know how to manage it. And who's that gone off? That is EFF off the road. So Jeff Schumacher takes the place, and Kushads takes the place on the inside. But EFF turns across him, and that could be very crucial. In the steward's room later on tonight, it did look like EFF may have turned across Kushads there, but that will be investigated as well. And in the meantime, Donkey Max has got past Jeff Schumacher. So he is out. Kushads is out of the race. He is retired. So that could be looked at later on. I think EFF might be in trouble for that one. With the stewards later on. Meanwhile, Maestro back at the front. Still chasing after Just Moman, who's having an excellent race. He had a pretty good qualifying, and he's getting it right in the race as well. So Kushads is out of the race currently. Maestro is going to try and have a go on Just Moman here. Just Moman's going to have to go super defensive if he's going to hold on board with Maestro round the outside. Just Moman defends it well. But I think Maestro might have the bit more patience to go around the outside. Just Moman is not giving up on it. There's going to be side by side into the hairpin. Moman's going to have to go the long way round. I think he might have to concede position there. A little bit of wheel banging between the two of them. This is all over the first place, and Just Moman has to concede in the end, but he will get, as long as he stays with Maestro, will get DRS on him to have a go back. Or is he going to fall down the order, because Donkey Max is not far behind him either. Donkey Max to the inside. It looked like there may have been a little bit of contact, a little bit of wheel banging between the two of them. Just Moman is hanging on for his dear life. Donkey Max on the switchback, but has a tank slapper on exit. And just about lives to fight another day. NZ Pro has crashed in the final corner. That could be a safety car if that doesn't get cleared away very quickly. Way out of the final corner, he's into the banking, so that car is not in a very convenient place at all. Meanwhile, Donkey Max is going to try and fly around the outside, late on the brakes, but he's gone too deep on Just Moman. He goes super deep there, and I think Donkey Max may have spun it. He has indeed, he spun it coming back onto the racetrack. That brings Jeff Schumacher back up into the podium places. God, there's action all over the place in this race. Really good racing between these boys. They make their way. I've just had a look in chat at people watching. I think we may have some spammers in the chat, so I'm not going to read any of them messages out. Meanwhile, down the order, Donkey Max obviously trying to get a bit of a recovery drive going here. He's got to defend hard from Deadly Mosquito. Kylo is now the next victim out of the race. He has crashed coming through the top hat. So he is out of the race, and that's contact between EFF and Deadly Mosquito. It looked like EFF went for a little bit of a move there, may have squeezed him. I think that might be one for the steward's room as well. And carry on their way. Maestro is running away at the front. Just Moman is not far behind him though. He's going to try and close the gap as much as he can. Field getting a bit spread out now. Going to make their way through the middle sector. So again, just Moman looks like he may be falling into the clutches of Jeff Schumacher here. Two esports drivers for Top Speed Racing League going to have a go at it with each other. They can close the gap as much as they can. Colin has pitted for a fresh set of soft tyres. I'm wondering if he's going to try and go for a fastest lap attempt. That's the only reasonable thing I could think why he would have gone to soft tyres at this stage. Or are the medium tyres that the guys that have been running on 10 laps for starting to wear away? That could be a crucial point as well. Jeff Schumacher, DRS on Just Moman, closing the gap a little bit more. Still not quite close enough to make a move. Meanwhile, at the back, AD's trying to get past Colin. This is for P8 and another few nice points. 4 points for 8th place, 2 points for 9th. So this is... Oh, that is a huge accident! AD full on taken out Colin there. Well, that's just dirty driving in my opinion. That was a full on no brake. Mean to take out, and AD's out of the race. But I think there'll be some strong words. That might be the worst incident of the night. That'll be some strong words in the steward's room later on. Colin's having to pit because he's got damage out of that, but that's a real shame for Colin's race because he was having a decent one. Meanwhile, at the front, Just Moman still defending from Jeff Schumacher. Jeff Schumacher's going to get DRS down the front straight. Jeff Schumacher still trying to defend from Just Moman. They've got some traffic to worry about, and I think it's Colin that's going to be the traffic. It is indeed. So they're going to have to try and negotiate him with no problems. Jeff Schumacher, DRS on Just Moman again. Can't make a move on that occasion, although he's getting very close, and Just Moman goes in a little bit deep, opens a very narrow door to say the least for Jeff Schumacher. He can't capitalise on it though, and Maestro's just running away at the front. 1 minute 12.2, fastest lap of the race. Just Moman once again going defensive, but is this Jeff Schumacher's moment? He goes to the outside into Tarzan. He's going to try and go the long way round, and he's got the move done. Great move from Jeff Schumacher, but Just Moman's going to try and fight it back into the hairpin. He's going to try and get the switch back on Jeff Schumacher. Can't quite do it, and gets a tank slapper on exit. That's going to cost him time. So Jeff Schumacher up into second place and gets it done, and that's Deadly Mosquito out of the race. That is contact with EFF. So a very incident-filled race. So Deadly Mosquito's out. EFF's got wing damage. Again, not quite sure what happened there. Maestro's still running away with it at the front. As Maestro's penultimate lap, still trying to make his way, and Donkey Max has got past just Moman in recent times, so he is up the order. EFF's into the pit lane, obviously after the contact. Just Moman was in a very good position, and it's not looking good for him now. Donkey Max is trying to chase down Jeff Schumacher on the last lap. I don't think he'll be close enough to maybe make a move. It'd be a bit out of question, but a man who's driven a spotless race, apart from that little bit of tank slapper there. Maestro, once again, another solid race from him, and he's going to come and take round 4 of the Top Speed Racing League here on the Global Racing Network. Maestro wins in Zandvoort, takes the win. So far, Jeff Schumacher is going to come home for P2. That's his best result of the season so far. Donkey Max is home in P3. Just Moman, another decent-ish result for him. In fact, he jumps to P2 because everyone else has got penalties around him. So it didn't matter that he got past. Just Moman finishes P2. Jeff Schumacher P3. Donkey Max P4, AS is going to come home for P5, EFF will come home for P6, and Colin's already home for P7. Well guys, that was a very incident filled race. I think there will be quite a few late night talk in the steward's room tonight to try and sort out what happened this evening. Lobby full with problems, but what can you do? There's not a lot you can do. Jeff Schumacher, deservedly driver of the day. How far he started down in P10 and he's managed to get all the way P12, yeah. He started real near the back because he crashed out in qualifying. So that's a great result for Jeff Schumacher, is that. But guys, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.